Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working with my favorite client of all time. This is my daughter Liliana. We are going to be giving her some rainbow highlights today. As you can see, she has a little bit of grown out Pulp Riot color underneath. We've just been doing like peekaboos before. So this is what it looks like when the top section is up. They're all completely underneath, completely hidden, but today we're going to be putting in some closer to the top of her hair. So we're going to be lightening using Blondor 30 volume and Olaplex as always. And we're going to be applying these highlights, some underneath, and just refreshing where the peekaboos are and feathering up what's grown out into her roots. Not going all the way to the scalp with the lightener, just because she is 7 and I don't want to put lightener on her scalp just yet. So we're going to be doing this in foils, and for these bottom parts we're going to leave the ends out just because they've been lightened already. So after I've brought up all the peekaboo sections, I am going to be skipping a little section of hair just to keep some of her natural color going in between all of the highlighted pieces to break it up a little bit. Then I'm going to be doing just a couple more peekaboos under a very small layer of hair, so they're basically going to be right on the top, and just highlighting those all the way down to the ends in just a slice pattern. I'm going to repeat the same process on the sides of her hair, feathering the lightener down into those pre-lightened parts already and just up into the root area. And then after I've brought up the peekaboo sections, I will be adding in a couple more slices through the top of her hair. So here is what we're going to be using to create our rainbow highlights today. A lot of these colors are the neons from Pulp Riot, but I am going to be blending a couple together to make some custom mixes. So we have Candy, Cupid, Nirvana, Area 51, Firefly, and Lava. I've mixed Candy and Cupid together to create our pink, and for our purple formula I mixed Candy and Nirvana together in equal parts for both of those. The rest of our shades are just going to be direct colors just straight from the tube. Also feel free to check the description box below and I will write out exactly what I used for each color if you want to recreate them. So for our rainbow process today, I'm going to be taking thin sections of the highlighted hair and just applying our colors down in a gradient rainbow pattern. So underneath I'm going to be starting with pink and doing about 1-inch sections of each color. So we're going to be fading pink into purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and then back to pink just all the way down the section. When you reach your next section, take a thin slice and spread it down very finely over the previous highlight. That way you'll be able to see through the hair and know exactly what color you're supposed to place where, so you can directly overlap them. Even if I pick up a section that has some dark hair, I'm just going to keep painting right over it just to keep my sections really clean. The dark hair is not going to pick up the Pulp Riot colors. It's just too dark for any of these pigments to show. So we're just going to paint right over them just to keep our sections really clean. So what you'll see me doing here is, because the new root area for this section doesn't go all the way into the pink section, we're going to be applying the color that goes before pink, which in this case is orange. And you'll see me kind of continue that up the head. Whenever I start a new section that the root area doesn't match up with the previous first color, we'll go to the color that's before that, just to keep our rainbow transitioning all the way up the head. When you move into a new quadrant of the head, you want to just make sure that your colors are matching up with the placement of the previous quadrant. So what I did when I first sectioned out this first slice of this new quadrant was just check the starting point of the first color, which was the pink, and make sure it was completely horizontal with the pink sections in the previous quadrant. Right here you'll see me getting a little bit smart about the color application, and I've started, whenever I pick up the brush to do pink, I'll go ahead and knock out all of my pink sections because the rainbow is already established for this quadrant, and you can just paint directly over your previous sectioning. So that way you aren't picking up the brush 14 times for each section if you just do all of your colors at once. So just apply all of your pinks at one time, all of your purples at one time, the blues, so on and so forth until you finish that entire slice. Here's a nice little processing shot for you. I love checking out the colors with Pulp Riot as they're processing because you can actually see them coming into play. Like whatever you see while it's processing is what you're gonna get. So this is after we've rinsed with ice cold water, and I did do a light conditioning through her ends using Tokyo by Pulp Riot just to break up any tangles in her hair. So while we are blowing out and styling, I wanted to give you guys a quick reminder to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do a lot of really cool Pulp Riot applications like this, and I would love for you to be able to check all those out. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button. So here is my little rainbow baby. As you can see, for the most part, we do have a little bit of her natural color going over these rainbow highlights, but I did bring it up pretty high in some sections, so it does feel like she has a ton of color going through her hair, even though these are just peekaboos. But I love the transition between all of the colors, and they are so bright. The Pulp Riot neons are always mind-blowing to me because they don't even look like real hair. They're just ridiculously bright. All right, loves, well, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Let me know if you guys have any questions about techniques, formula, placement, anything like that, and we'll be sure to get those answered for you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!